I'm Christine, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm here with another summer book haul. So really, I should start off my channel by saying that, hi, I'm Christy and I am a special edition book hoarder. So if that doesn't tell you what we're going to jump into first in this video, I don't know what else will. So I do have a good amount of books to get through. I've been trying to do like 2 book hauls each season, so that's why they definitely collect. So I've already done one for the first half of summer, which I'll link in the description of this video. You can see all of the special editions and the books that I hauled for earlier in the summer, and then now I have this other summer book haul. So this includes special editions I've gotten in, book boxes. I'm like looking at all of the books over here. This also includes birthday books that I was gifted or gifted myself, new favorites. This also has the Steamy Lit Book Con, the book signing book haul that I had as well, and special editions I picked up there. And yeah, just like any other sorts of books that I have gotten in, we're going to go through them. Of course, as always, I always link all the books that I chat about in the description of my video. And on my book hauls, I also link all of the special edition book boxes and things like that I'm going to chat about as well. So if you ever have any questions or comments about where I got any of these books, just let me know. So first up, I'm an Eternal Embers subscription box book subscriber. Does that make sense? I don't know, but I subscribe to Eternal Embers, basically. So this one they did for Jennifer Hartman. So it has a nice foiled slipcase. It has like some quotes for each of the books in it. And then the books, shake them out. They always want to not come out. So they did Aria. Here is this version. I love the gold. And then on the back, this is like a musician duet that I have yet to read yet, but I definitely want to. I think like Rockstar. And this is Coda. I believe this is the second book in the duet. I love a good wildflower scene, and especially with the gold and the music notes. Very excited to read these ones. Let me know in the comments if you've read this series or duet. And of course, I'm a Hello Lovely Trope of the Month subscriber. So this was their recent one, which was like Married in Vegas. So it was Trilina Pucci's new one, which is Not So Lucky. I actually really love this. I think it's so much fun. And here's the back. I do definitely need to read this one still, so I can't wait to do that. The Trope of the Month box is always fun. It's a different trope every month. It comes with a special edition book and like one swag item. So this time it was a bookmark. Sometimes it's a sticker. It's just like a little tiny swag item. So I love that. And yeah, this was this one. They do have a waitlist though, which you can get to from their website. And if you do join, I have a code, as always, with Hello Lovely that you can use to save on anything like their merch, their shirts, their swag, their book boxes, all of those things. Next up, Eternal Embers did a book box for Disability Pride Month, which was July. So these are the 4 books that came in it. The first was Not My Type by Evie Mitchell. I actually took this one to the Steamy Lit signing and got it signed from her. Love the gorgeous pink. This also came with an art print as well. I have read this series and really enjoyed this one. We have Real by Kennedy Ryan. Love this book so much. Here is this cover, very like simplistic, but I love the gold on the film strip on the front and the back. And it came with this art print as well. This is another one I took to Steamy Lit and had Kennedy Ryan sign when I met her for the first time. It also came with the Beautiful Hearts duet by Emma Scott. I have not read this one, but I do kind of love this cover. So let me know if you've read this duet. In the back. And then Wildest Dreams by Gianna Darling. This is the duet. I have read the first book in the series, didn't finish the second, but I do love the pink, and I do really love Gianna Darling. And here's the little art print that came with this one. Last Chapter Bookshop had a book box that they collabed with a TikToker, bookstagrammer, Tanya. So these are the books that came with this, and I got this box because I do love the books that are in this one. So first up is Ache by Marley Valentine. This book box is actually what got me to read this book, and I loved it so much. It is MM, the hero, falls for his friend who is about to be married to a woman, away to Vegas for like the weekend before the wedding, and some things happen. It is a very angsty, very achy, I mean, hence the name. Also, I'm loving how my pink nails match this cover right now. But yeah, really enjoyed this one and definitely recommend. It's very emotional though. And then here is like the interior formatting, which you'll totally understand when you read the book. Quarterback Sneak by Candy Steiner. This is in her Red Zone Rivals series, I believe it is, her sports romance series. This is, I think, book 3. I've read the whole series. I love Candy Steiner. And here is this one. Heroine does do like pole dance, which that is why that is on the back. And then What Was Meant to Be by QB Tyler. I love this one. This is my favorite QB Tyler book. This is a second chance with an age gap. The heroine and her father's parents' best friend is the hero. So yeah, so good. Here's like the interior for that, just so beautiful. And lastly in the box was The Architect by Nikki Sloan. This is part of her Nashville Neighborhood series that I love so much. So if I remember, it's MMF or like Menage situation. Lots of fun. This whole series is just like so good, so entertaining, a good time. I love the cover and the back. Interior formatting has like some blueprint designs as well. So yeah, just love that. And this one's not really a special edition. It is the normal cover. So the last chapter Bookshop though did collab with the author for the release date of Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. And so if you bought it, you got it signed and it came with an art print for it as well. So yeah, I still do need to read this one. I love the representation that the author provides in her books. I'm currently reading the series and trying to catch up to this one, so I cannot wait. Next, I had pre-ordered House of Roots and Ruin by Erin A. Craig. This is her newest release. So here is the cover. This is like a Barnes & Noble special, but it came with these sprayed edges and of course the gold raised font. And then the interior is very beautiful as well. I love this series. So this is the book that comes after House of Salt and Sorrows, which is kind of like a very atmospheric, kind of like YA, fairy tale-ish retellings, kind of a little bit of fantasy magical realism in there. So good. I love these so much. I did read this one just this month. It just came out. So good. The first book is actually still my favorite, but both of these are just like very atmospheric, very like gothic. I love the gothic vibes in this one, and they're just like perfect for fall. So if you're looking for some fall reads, definitely check out this series. And I am a Belle Book Box subscriber, so this was their recent book box for Harlow Ray and Penny Reed. I've never read either of these authors. I do love the vibes and the colors. I'm not sure if I'll keep these ones, but for now I have them. Their Barnes & Noble pre-order that I did. So I did like a ton of the Barnes & Noble pre-order sales that they had at the very beginning of like the year, January and February. So a lot of those are just coming in. I totally forgot about them, and then they'd show up at my door and I was like, oh, thank you, past Christy, for helping out current day Christy. So this is A Soul of Ash and Blood by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This one is signed, and I just really loved this edition for it. This, of course, exists in her From Blood and Ash series, which I love so much. I need to catch up on that series. So yeah, I need to read it. And then from Eternal Embers, this is June 1st by Jennifer Hartman. Obsessed with this edition. It is so dreamy and beautiful. The sprayed edges, just like stunning. Love the holographic shininess. I love this book. It's one of my favorite Jennifer Hartman reads. Love this moment. Yeah, it's just so beautiful, and I'm so excited to have it. It is my now third copy of the book, but zero regrets about it. And then this is from the last chapter Bookshop. So this is Good Guys Don't Lie by Macaulay Smelter. This is part of her Boys series, which I had a great time with. They're like college sports books. They're very light on the sports, so that's why I was kind of like struggling there with saying they're sports romances. But all of the heroes are sports players, but the sports romance aspect is light in the books, but they're just like a fun college romance time. Yeah, last chapter was recently doing a sale for all of their like previous book boxes and selling the books on their own. So I did grab this one just because I did love this series, and I love a good special edition hockey romance book. And this is The Dark King by Gina L. Maxwell. This was part of the Bookish Box subscription. So here is that one. I did actually read this book. Love the gold on here, the sprayed edges. This has some art in it as well. This is kind of like fantasy with vampires, but it's also kind of like set in contemporary times, like Las Vegas. It's just a fun time. Here's the like alternate cover. I think I'm going to keep the other one though on it just because I like the darker colors better. So yeah, I did read this one, I think last year. It's just a fun time. Like I just went in to be entertained, and it delivered on that. It's nothing like grandiose or extraordinary or like a new favorite or anything, but just like entertaining, smutty, fun. It delivers. Like it's described as Katie Roberts' Neon Gods series, kind of mixed with like a 50 Shades of Grey vibe. So yeah, that can kind of tell you what's going on in here. But yeah, it's just like a fun, smutty time. And then I am a Dark and Quirky subscriber as well. So this was their recent box, the spring box, I want to say. So you get 4 gorgeous hardcovers, and they have stunning edges, and they are very chunky and heavy. So they are hard to get around. The first one's 3 Count by Nikki Castle. Love this entire fight game series so much. MMA, love Nikki Castle. So I'm excited to add this to my shelf. I have quite a few of Nikki Castle's special editions, and can't wait to add this one. So it came with a fun art print, and they're signed by the authors as well. One Told Me Today by Maria Luis. I have not read this one yet, but I do love this pretty cover, and the inside is super pretty too. One came with like a vellum art print overlay in here, so some of them came with art prints, and then some of them came with these overlays. Kind of love that. And this very chunky boy, Wrath by Ellis James. I have not read this author. I believe this is MM Sports Romance. kind of obsessed. Like, I'm not even a football girl, but I'm kind of obsessed with this cover and like the action shot. There are the sprayed edges and the back. So yeah, this one came with an art print as well as vellum signed print as well. So hopefully you can see that. And then Ledge by Stacey McEwen. This is a fantasy romance. I actually read this one because I got this special edition in. Didn't go so well, but the edition is beautiful. I love the blue. There is the edges and the blue there. This really sold me as well, like this beautiful interior, as well as this gorgeous print. Like I said, the book didn't really work for me, but this special edition is stunning. And this was from the recent Hello Lovely box. They do seasonal boxes as well. So this was the book box. They were featuring Elsie Silver, and then the rest were surprises. So I always get the big box just because I love their special editions and don't want to regret not having them. I'm a rep for them as well, so I do get these discounted. So this is this gorgeous edition of Elsie Silver's Flawless, the first book in her Chestnut Springs series. It came with this gorgeous like step back moment as well, which I love. So it's in here as well in black and white, but we have the little art print as well. Obsessed, like these are the illustrated covers that I love. Then it came with Mine to Have by Natasha Madison. This is the first book, I believe, in her Southern Wedding series, which I have been really enjoying, and I've been backtracking and reading some of her backlist right now, so I definitely need to get to this one. Just love the like purples and the wildflowers in this one. This is Grim Prince by Inez Johnson. This says, she's a small town princess, he's no prince. And it's actually pretty short too, so I'm excited to check this one out. All right, so then we're gonna jump into some other books. So some books that I've gotten in from publishers that they send me, or authors, or like ones that I book hauled, or also some birthday books that I got in as well. I got in Marrow by Trisha Wolfe and Bryn Weaver. I really enjoyed this one. This is a dark romance, and Jess from Honest Fiction sent me this for my birthday, and I am so excited. I love this so much. Yeah, I did enjoy this one. I can't wait to have it on my shelves. I do have another book by this author, which is Black Sheep, which you always see right here. It's a dark romance, enemies to lovers between two serial killers. So good, like psychological as well. Just really enjoyed it. Then I was sent to Safe by the Author. I read an arc of this one, really enjoyed it. This is Why Choose between 4 college football stars and the heroine. It's just like a lot of fun, kind of darker romance, and yeah, I just really enjoyed it. They end up moving in the heroine with all of the heroes because she overhears something that they don't want her to like know about. So yeah, so far so good. Ended on a cliffhanger. Can't wait to get into book 2. These are just like a really fun time. And my friend Lacey from Lacey Book Lovers got me this special edition or alternate edition of A Fractured Sky by Catherine Cowles. This is the 5th book in her Tattered and Torn series, which I love so much, and I do love these special edition covers. So excited to add this to my shelf, so thank you, Lacey. And Natasha Madison ended up sending me a copy of Mine to Take, her newest book in the Southern Wedding series. Love this one so much. It is so good and made me obsessed with wanting to check out more of her backlist. So it came with this adorable like key bookmark. She stuffed it full. Things just fell overboard. She stuffed it full with like stickers and bookmarks and postcards for her other series. She signed it. So thankful for her for sending this to me. I loved this book so much. So the hero is from hockey royalty. He's a hockey star. The heroine is a wedding planner. And then she ends up having to plan his wedding. And not only does she knows him, he's her ex-boyfriend as well. And yeah, it's just such a fun time. The whole series, all of her worlds, I believe, connect. And so these are like a spin-off series. So both of their parents have stories, their grandparents, and I'm just loving like digging through her backlist now because of this book. So thank you so much to her for sending me this copy. Then my friend Carrie from Book for Romance sent me this edition of Off to the Races by Elsie Silver. This is the first book in her Gold Rush Ranch series. I actually just read this book last month and had a great time with it and can't wait to read the rest of the series. So in this one, the heroine is a horse trainer and she comes to be hired on to work at the hero's family's ranch that he recently took over. And so it kind of has like a little hate to love moment in the beginning and then their romance, of course. It's a really great start to the series and I'm so thankful to Carrie for sending me this. Then my friend Melissa over on Instagram, she sent me this book, Right Guy, Wrong Word by Julie Ann. This is the newest book from Julie Ann, and I'm so excited to check it out. I believe it's described as like rom-com, but with some emotional moments as well that Julie Ann likes to deliver. So I'm excited to check it out. I love the colors of this cover. My fingernails match, of course. And yeah, I'm just so excited. So thank you, Melissa. I cannot wait to see you in Vegas again this year at the signing. And then my sweet friend Morgan from Nothing Better Than a Book sent me a copy of Reckless by Elsie Silver. Love this one so much. This is so good. I'm so excited to have it. This is a secret baby, surprise pregnancy, all of those kind of tropes going on, which I love with a colder heroine. And this is like my favorite cover actually in the series. I love a good burgundy dress and I think the couple looks stunning. So excited. Thank you so much, Morgan. I have loved seeing you this year. I got to see Morgan already twice this year at signings. Can't wait to see you again at another one soon. And then my sweet friend Jess from Peace Love Books sent me What We Broke by Marley Valentine. I love this one so much. Jess and I both love like marriage and trouble romances, which this is what this one is. So good. It's MM. It is so angsty. It's so beautiful. So thank you so much to Jess for sending this to me for my birthday. We both have August birthdays, which I love. I've seen Jess at every book signing I've been to this year and can't wait to see you again at future signings. And then a friend on Instagram ended up sending me The Air He Breathes from Brittany C. Cherry. This is part of her Elements series, which is one of my all-time favorite series from her. Love it so much. Very angsty, very emotional. Like if you want hard-hitting, emotional contemporary romances, definitely check out this series. And I'm just so excited to have this gorgeous cover. I read the series maybe 5 years ago and never bought copies of them, and so I'm slowly like adding to my collection, and I'm so thankful to have this one now. My sweet friend Avery from Ava's Romance of Books sent me Lady Ruthless by Scarlett Scott. We both love Scarlett Scott so much, and I'm so thankful for her for sending me this one. I know she said this is one of her favorites from Scarlett Scott, and I believe like a favorite of the year, and I cannot wait to read it. I need to start it like tonight. So thank you so much, Avery. I'm so excited that I got to meet you at Book Bonanza this year, and I can't wait to see you hopefully at future signings too. And then the Always Stunning Tori from Novel Life sent me a copy of The Wolf and the Wildflower by Stacey Reed. Love this cover so much. I'm a sucker for Stacey Reed. This is one of her newest ones from this year. This one I did read. So in this one, the hero is a duke. He's been missing for I think like 10 years. He was out in like the Canadian wilds, and he ends up getting found and brought back to England. And he has to kind of like reacclimate to life. He's used to being all alone. So like all the ton and society is just like too much, and he's not in the mood for it. So his mom and his family decide to hire on a psychologist to come and help him. So they hire on this doctor who ends up being the heroine's dad, and the heroine actually works with her dad as well as a psychologist, and she has lived her entire life, like since the moment she was born, as a boy. So we have a lot of things going on, and yeah, it's so good. So she's like a hidden identity going on, and the hero discovers who she is immediately, and it is their romance. And yeah, so very good, interesting premise for sure. So thank you so much, Tori. Then Lizelle from Lizelle Loves Books ended up sending me this special edition, alternate edition cover of Carnal Urges by J.T. Geisinger. This is the second book in her Queens and Monsters series, and I love this mafia romance series so much, and thank you so much to Lizelle for sending me this copy, and thank you so much for your friendship as well. Then Jen from the Book Refuge ended up surprising me and sending me this Claire Kent book, which I am a sucker for Claire Kent and love all of her books so much. And so this is Nameless. This is one of her contemporary romances that I still need to read, so thank you so much to adding it to my Claire Kent shelf. Victoria from Victoria's Romance Reads ended up sending me Sin Bin by Tegan Hunter. This is part of her Carolina Comet series, hockey romance series that I have loved so much. Just like low angst, super cute hockey romances with all sorts of tropes. I really enjoy this one. This is one of my favorites in the series, so thank you so much, Victoria, for sending this to me. And then Melissa from Book Bar ended up sending me this gorgeous cover for Forever Your Rogue by Erin Langston. This is a historical romance that I've seen so many people love this year, and I definitely need to get to it. So thank you so much, Melissa. All right, and then I did gift myself this for my birthday. So the 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. I love this one so much. So good. I actually went and got this one signed from her at the recent Steamy Lit signing. Just, so good. One of my favorites of last month that I read. Has like a magical house where people slip back into time. I love the like paranormal, kind of like supernaturally magical elements that the author writes into her romances. They do deal with like heavier content as well. So just know that going in, and maybe check a content warning if you need it. But so good. Love this book so much. I recently found a copy of Bridge Kingdom by Daniel Jensen at a local used bookstore, so I grabbed it. I still need to read this one though, but I know that a lot of people love this fantasy romance, so I am excited to check it out myself too. And these 3 books I was sent by Berkeley Romance. So I have The Love Plot by Samantha Young. This is a new release from this author, which I need to check out. I love the adorable little corgi dog on here. So cute. Then Accidentally in Love by Daniel Jackson. I love this cover so much. Definitely need to check this one out. Love the pink. Sounds so good. And then Barbarian's Mate by Ruby Dixon. This is of course part of the Ice Planet Barbarian series that they've been redoing all of the covers and traditionally publishing them. I read this entire series back when it was indie published and love this series so much. Like Ice Planet Barbarian series, Ruby Dixon in general, I'm obsessed with her books. So yeah, I'm excited to have this one as well. And these next stack of books is from Book of the Month. So these are like recent book boxes, not like just 1 month. So we will go through them. I got Love Theoretically by Allie Hazelwood. This is actually my favorite favorite book from this author, and I took this one to Steamy Lit and got her to sign it as well. Love this one so much. Hello Stranger by Catherine Center. This is my favorite book from this author as well. So good. The heroine ends up getting like facial blindness, and she's a portrait artist who cannot see the faces that she needs to paint now, and it kind of goes from there. There is a romance in here, but this author does straddle the line of like more women's fiction, but it is so beautiful, so good, made me cry. I love it. Then I had like a free credit, so I grabbed The Invisible Hour by Alice Hoffman. This is, I believe, a like fantasy magical realism read. I loved the cover of this. I think it looks stunning. Even the back, just like very simplistic. I have read Alice Hoffman's like Practical Magic, that entire series with like the prequels and the sequels. I do love that series so much, and so I'm excited to check out this one as well. Then you know I love thrillers too, so this is the newest one from Lisa Jewell, which is None of This Is True. I have read, I think, pretty much all of Lisa Jewell's books. They are kind of like hit and miss for me, but they're just kind of like comforting domestic thrillers, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm excited to check this one out because I know some friends did enjoy this one. And I got Vampires of El Norte. This one I read an arc of and really enjoyed it. I love this author's books. They also wrote The Hacienda last year. And yeah, so this is just a stunning cover, and I'm excited to have it on my shelf. I love the little like cacti moment there. So excited. It's kind of like historical fiction, but obviously with some vampires and some other things, like mystery thrillery. There is like a cute little second chance romance in here as well, between like childhood friends to lovers. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Since August was my birthday month, I also got another free book for August. So I got Family Lore by Elizabeth Acevedo. This author usually writes more YA contemporaries, which I have loved in the past. And this one I believe is her first adult book, so yeah, I'm excited to check it out. And I got 4 historical romances that I was sent from the publishers. We have Marry Me by Midnight by Felicia Grossman. I can't wait to check this one out. I'm actually currently waiting for the audio from my library. I had a hold on that, and then this physical copy came in as well. I believe this one has Jewish representation, so I'm excited to check it out. Say Yes to the Princess by Charis Michaels. This is the first one in a new series from her about like hidden royals, so I'm excited to check this one out as well. The Notorious Lord Knightley by Lorraine Heath. I already read this one, loved it so much. The second book in her Chessman series, so good. Second Chance has some of my favorite tropes in here, and yeah, I just love this one. It is so good. Love the green. Excited to have this one. I also was sent His Study in Scandal by Megan Frampton. This one I actually did not enjoy, so I'll probably be unhauling this one, but this one is the second book in her School for Scoundrels series. So I do love like the green moment, but I didn't love this book, sadly. I gifted myself The Runaways by Devaney Perry. This is a new paperback edition with like a new cover that she put out. So I do have the hardcover like special edition, which is probably like right here behind me. I just love Devaney Perry books, and I'm excited to have this edition. So this has 5 books in it. The Runaways series is like a cross-country road trip series, which goes all over the US. So much fun. These like 6 friends who grew up together. So yeah, really enjoyed this one. If you haven't read this series, I definitely recommend it. It's one of her like underrated series. Then my sweet friend Cheryl, who I met on Instagram and also got to meet her in person at Book Bonanza this year, she sent me these 2 for my birthday as well. So she sent me Desert Island Duke by Kate Bateman. This is a historical romance novella where they get shipwrecked together, and the hero is the heroine's brother's best friend. So good. And then she also sent me When She's Married by Ruby Dixon. And this is a novella part of one of her series, which I still need to read, but I love this cute Christmassy cover. And so thank you so much, Cheryl. Then I was sent these 2 copies of On the Shore by Laura Pavlov. This is the 3rd book in her Cottonwood Cove series. I had to think about that for a minute, but I loved this book so much. Read an arc of it, and then was sent the finished copies by the PR company, and so excited. Like, as you can see, I've already tabbed up all of my favorite moments in this book. Loved it so much. The heroine is a sports reporter, and she recently got fired and goes back to her small town. And then the hero is the NFL player who kind of got her fired, but he doesn't know about it. And so they have this like kind of hate to love moment, but then a lot of like forced proximity because they start hanging out, and he says she can like work with him. So good. Loved it so much. This series in particular is so good, and I definitely recommend. Then my friend Christina over on Instagram sent me a copy of A Ship of Bones and Teeth by Karina Halley for my birthday. Our birthdays are like a day apart, so it is so much fun, and I got to see her at the recent Steamy Lit book signing as well. So fun. We had a great time at Disneyland and all of that. So thank you so much, Christina, and I'm so excited to check this one out. This is like Pirates of the Caribbean meets The Little Mermaid, dark fantasy romance. Can't wait to read it. I've heard great things. Then Glimmers of You is the third book in Catherine Cowell's Lost and Found series, so I sent this copy from the author. So thank you so much. Catherine is the ultimate sweetheart, and I have already tabbed up the book as well with my favorite moments from when I read the arc. So yeah, so good. This whole series is like one of my favorites from her, so I definitely recommend. Then I loved The Puck Secret by G.N. Wright last month and had to get myself a physical copy. So this is this. It is like a hate to love, enemies to lovers, hockey romance. So good. Has like secret identity as well because they end up texting one another, not knowing they're texting each other, and then they meet in person as well, or they know each other in person and like hate each other because of some like family things. Loved it so much. It's just like so fun, so good. Definitely liked it. Got a copy of The Dandelion Diary by Daphne Perry. This is a little novella that's part of her Mason Jar series. Again, I have tabbed up my favorite little moments. I started doing that recently with like ARC reads or Kindle reads. I transfer over when I get a physical copy, just like my Kindle notes. So it's like all of my like little favorite moments, and I just love how it looks. So yeah, this one is so cute and so sweet. It is a single dad hero, and he ends up dating his daughter's teacher at school. So it has like a little bit of forbidden element as well. So cute, so good. Loved being back in the Mason Jar series. Had to grab a copy of Shut Out by Avery Keelan. This is the second book in her series that comes after Offside. Loved Offside, loved this one. They're so good, and I'm so excited to have this copy on my shelves. All right, so these next ones are my haul from the Steamy Lit book signing. So some of these are pre-orders, some of these I was gifted, some of these I won there, and just a couple of them I bought there. I think from this stack, I only ended up buying 3 that I didn't originally plan to, so I think I did pretty good, so we're gonna go through the haul. I saw Emily Howard, and she gifted me an ARC copy of her new book coming out in January, so this is Any Duke in a Storm, and I'm obsessed with the yellow kind of gold on here and cannot wait to read it. It comes out January 9th of 2024. Cannot wait to read it, and thank you so much to Emily for hooking me up with this one. Then I had pre-ordered this gorgeous edition from Eternal Embers, who were going to be at the book signing as well. So this is 'Tis the Season for Revenge by Morgan Elizabeth. I loved this book so much. It was one of my favorite reads from last year. So this is kind of like Legally Blonde inspired and just like such a fun time. The heroine ends up getting revenge on her ex-boyfriend by deciding to date his boss who hates her ex. And so it's just so fun. The hero absolutely worships and adores the heroine, and I loved to see it. So yeah, here is this. Hopefully the shininess shows up, but I'm obsessed with the pink. And then the back as well has the pink. So good. Got it signed from Morgan Elizabeth there. It was so fun to meet her. She was just all Barbied out, and I loved it. Then I actually didn't know this author was going to be there, so I grabbed this book immediately when I saw that she was there. So this is Rein Me In. I've seen this one blow up on my Instagram feed lately, and I know some friends who read it and loved it too. So this is a cowboy western romance. I know the heroine is plus size, and I'm so excited to get to it. It was already like on my TBR anyways, and so when I saw the author was there, had to grab a copy. So much fun meeting the author. This was actually her first signing. She sold out of this book there. So happy for her, and can't wait to check this out. So then at the very end of the signing, we were all like sitting around chatting about all the authors we saw, and Samantha ended up mentioning that she saw Nyla K there, and Tori and I were like, wait, what? She's in there? Like, can you go show us her table? We ended up going in there. She didn't have much left because it was the very end of the signing, but she talked us into this monster anthology, which is Wicked Things, and I cannot wait to check it out. It sounds right up my alley. And she gave us a bunch of art as well, which I cannot show because it's definitely not suitable for work art, and I am here for it though. But yeah, so excited to check this one out. I was meeting Sam Nacosta and saw that she had this one out there, and I was like, what is this? What is a blue ribbon romance? I had not heard of it. It wasn't on my radar, but apparently it is the Morning Glory Milking Farm as told from the hero's POV, which is a Minotaur. So excited to check this one out because I loved Morning Glory Milking Farm so much. Love her monster romances, and I'm excited to have this gorgeous one and to have met her there at the signing as well. Then we did get swag bags there as well. So this one was in my swag bag. So this is Tahari and Bloom. Thought this cover is absolutely stunning. I believe it is a YA debut from this author. I know this author, I've read her before. She's done some contemporary romances, I believe. Yes, and this is her first YA. So I'm excited to check it out, and yeah, I think it's absolutely stunning. I had pre-ordered Three Little Mistakes from Nikki Sloan. This was a special edition she did for just the signing, like it has it on the back. It was for a Steamy LitCon. It cost $10, and all of the proceeds were being donated to a charity. So I was like, yes, please, hook it up. I love Nikki Sloan. Haven't read this series yet. I still need to, the Blindfold Club series, but I love a special edition from her, and I loved that all the proceeds of this went to charity. And at Steamy Lit Con themselves, they had a special edition for the Grip series by Kennedy Ryan, so I ended up grabbing them. I love the edition of Flow, which is the prequel beginning of the series. I think this is absolutely beautiful and love this moment. The next book, which is Grip, and then we have Still as well. The cover for Flow is definitely my favorite, but I just grabbed them because Kennedy Ryan was going to be there, and I got her to sign them and to meet her, and yeah, just so much fun. Then at the very end of the signing, Eternal Embers was having like a giveaway going on. So we ran over to the table because they were like, who wants free special editions? So we all ran over and they were doing like a fun little game. Like they picked a number and then you had to guess the number. And if you got it, you won a prize. So I think all of us who went over there from like the friend group I was with, we all ended up winning, which was super fun. So this is the Christmas in August holiday romance anthology they did. It's still sealed up, so hopefully you can see that. But basically this is 8 authors who were there that all have like little novellas in here. So yeah, this was super fun to win. All right, I don't know about you, but I am exhausted and tired of looking at these books. So yeah, that is the end of the book haul. Hopefully you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments if you have read any of these books, if you think I should read any of these books ASAP that I hauled, or let me know a book you hauled recently. Just let me know all the things, basically. So yeah, if you haven't done so yet, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, and I'll see you in my next one.